I'm going to share a little story that we all been through that teaches us a great and valuable lesson. Understanding failure and why sometimes it's just simply inevitable. Imagine back when you were 6, 7, maybe 10 years old, and your mom and dad bought you your first bicycle, and they bring it in, and it's got those two little wheels on the side so that when you ride it, you don't fall off, and you start your first day riding it, and you got the wheels, and eventually they take one of the wheels off. At least my dad did. He left one wheel on so I could always lean back and not bust my head. And then finally the day comes where they take off both of the wheels, so now it's just you and this bicycle, and you're gonna get going. And what that looks like, if you can imagine or remember back when it happened to you, is usually one of your parents is there with you, and they've got their hand like right underneath the seat, and you're balancing on it, and they probably have you covered head to toe in protective gear. I grew up in a different era. There was no protective gear. It was just me on the bike. And you start pedaling, and your mom and dad are following you from behind, holding that seat, making sure that you're steady. And eventually you start pedaling too fast, and they're jogging, but they can't keep up, and the hand lets go because he can no longer hold you, and off you go. You're pedaling this bicycle. Now you have a conundrum. You want to turn around, or you want to stop because you know you're getting too far away, and then you try to turn around or stop, and boom, you go to the ground. Suddenly your balance is off. You don't know how to do those things, and then you just fall down. And there you are on the ground with this bicycle on top of you. You don't know whether you want to cry, because you're not happy that you fell down. And your mom or dad comes rushing, and they look at you and pat you down as you're getting up and encourage you to go and do it again. And you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, however many times it took you, and eventually you're just riding this bike like a pro. Now you just get on it, you just ride the bike. Well, one of the things that's important to understand is that all failure hurts. Just like when you fall off that bike, you bump your head, you got a skin knee, you got a skin elbow, and maybe you got some bruises to go along with it. And if you're any kind of logical being, you don't enjoy that. That's pain. Why do you want pain? And you're certainly not going to continue, who wants to continue just falling off their bicycle? And that's not something that you want to do. So a little bit of fear sets in between you and riding that bike again. And it's important, just like it is to get on that bike again, to overcome those fears that we have when we have failures. Every failure that we have hurts us a little bit and makes us a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more fearful to do the thing that we need to do. We have to overcome that fear, because if you don't, you'll never change, you'll never move, your business will never improve, your process will never get better. You have to overcome that fear and push through it. And the other thing is the relationship with failure when it comes to this type of failure when you're learning something new. See, if you do something that you're not good at, you're going to naturally fail. That's part of the journey. You don't start off doing something the first time and be perfect at it. You can be a natural, be above average considering everybody else on their first time, but you're not going to do something for the very first time and just be amazing at it. And the only way that you truly get better is by failing. So failure isn't really a bad thing, it's a sign of progress. If you're learning something new and you failed, you want to fail better the next time. And if that's what you're doing, every time you fail, your relationship should be, now I've learned a lesson. I've had an accomplishment. I've learned lesson number 1. Now on to lesson number 2. And that's the type of way you should look when you fail at something that you're trying that's new. Now, if you lead a team of people, you have to understand that you're not the person riding the bike, you're the person holding the bike. You're the parent. So make sure when they're starting something, they start with those 2 wheels, so they can feel comfortable. Remove them one by one so they gradually learn. When they're ready to go off and do it, protect them. Put that protective gear on them so when they fail, it doesn't hurt as bad. Make sure you hold the back of the bike to steady them. And when they fall down, be there to encourage them to try again. That's how you develop the employees that work for you. You have to make sure those things are in place. So that's one type of failure. It's the failure when you're trying to do or learn something new. Get outside of your comfort zone. It's a failure that not only cannot be avoided, but should be sought after. Because that failure teaches you a lesson. And if you're the leader, now you know what your role is when you're trying to get your team to do something new. Now, let's think about a different type of failure. Now, I want you to go back, maybe it was this morning. You wake up in the morning, you get dressed, you're putting your clothes on, you go in the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth, and maybe you do that first so you don't get toothpaste on your clothes, and there you are brushing your teeth, and you miss, and pop, you hit your gum. Oh, what a hell of a start to the morning. And so now your gum hurts, your mouth hurts, and you're walking to the kitchen, and you're just preparing coffee, and you're throwing this stuff around. I got to get this, I got to get that, and you grab the pot, and you start pouring it, and boom, it spills on the cabinet. And you just have this mess of coffee on the cabinet. You're just, oh my God. Okay, so you grab some whatever paper towels you have around the kitchen, or maybe a cloth that you have, and you get there and you're starting to clean all of this up quickly, and then while you're doing it, you just manage to put some of that coffee onto the wonderful clothes that you put on to go to work this morning. So now we go to the closet. And we're ripping out clothes because at this point we're late. We bumped our thing, we spilled our coffee, we had to clean it up, and well, we didn't plan for any of this, so we've really got to get going. So we put all this clothes on, and we get out the door, right? We grab our keys, we grab our cell phone, out the car we go, into work we go. We arrive, we say hi to everybody, we smile, we sit down, we start doing work, and then we go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, we look at the mirror and realize that my shirt's wrinkly, and these clothes don't match. I look down at my socks. One's black, and the other one's blue. We have failed. The next day, you wake up in the morning, you get enough sleep, and you brush your teeth, and you don't hit your gums. You pour your coffee, and it's actually perfect. You drink your coffee calmly in the morning. You're dressed right. You look good. You go to work. You feel good. You smell good, and everything's fine. See, when all the other things are happening, that's a different type of failure. See, you can fail at trying new things, but when you're doing something that you're exceptionally skilled at, you need to find the reasons those failures are occurring. You know how to put on your clothes, you know how to pour coffee, you know how to brush your teeth. These are things you know. You're not learning how to do any of them. That type of failure is the unacceptable type of failure. When you have those types of failures in your organization, when you're failing to do the things you know, that's when you need to do a root cause analysis and find out what is it that's driving that. Did I shorten my deadlines to a degree that people are unable to complete them, or they're rushing and the quality of our end product is just not what it used to be? Did I let my guard down? Did I bring in people that are disrupting my team so my team is not functioning the way it should be functioning? Have I, as a leader, changed? Have I been treating people differently, which is then producing different outcomes, and outcomes that are not good for us? See, when you're exceptionally skilled at something, it's one of those factors that causes failure. So there's two types of failure. An acceptable one, the one where you're learning something new, going to where no other man has gone before. Those failures are not just acceptable, they should be sought after because they're lessons, and the outcome will be you are better when you're done than when you started. Those are acceptable failures that are sought after. Now, when you're exceptionally skilled at something, those failures, if unaddressed, are the type that will sink your company. So now you know two different types of failures. If you're on YouTube, click down below, like, something. I hear that's good for the algorithm. I don't really do this for that. I just find these videos fun. And if you have any questions, comments, let me know. If you're on Facebook, just put a comment on there, let me know. If you want me to address anything in particular, also let me know. Thanks for watching.